Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is a timely tarot oracle reading about random shift. This is a general or collective reading, so parts of it may or may not resonate with you. Take what works for you and just leave the rest. Also, this is a timely reading. If you're watching it at this time, it's perfect for you. Having said that, if it has been a while since I posted this, what was going on in your life back then, that may give you further clarity as to what's going on in your situation now. The underlying energy, I did a quick meditation with, and the tarot card that came out for the underlying energy is the Two of Wands. Two of Wands energy is talking about someone who feels that, you know, they are successful, they're standing on the turret of their castle and they're saying, I have the world in my hands. And they are feeling a little bit, though, like a big fish in a little pond, because they live in a village of like 5,000 people maybe. And so they are very successful here. This is represented by this wand planted here. But they realize that if they want to really expand their business or expand their vision, they're going to have to probably change location or franchise. And that quite often, this card reminds me of entrepreneurs that want to move forward. Sometimes this can talk about taking, changing location physically, so moving, and sometimes that can even be overseas, or it could be overseas communication with the distant horizon there with the water in between. And quite often, this energy is the element of fire, and it's talking about wood. It's made of wood, so wood fuels the fire, and this is about taking passionate action. Now, sometimes this can also be talking about wanting to expand your horizons, maybe in a passionate way, as in finding that special someone that you want to create a family with and expand in that way. This can also, the underlying energy also from my oracle, Tales from the Vector, this is courtesy of the Intergalactic Federation of Light, was the transition or death card. This rarely ever does mean actual physical death, but it quite often means a transition, a significant one that you will notice. So it's about one cycle coming to an end and a new one rebirthing. This is, the dragon here is Vayu, and this is in the Sudan, and it's talking about the vultures are circling as it looks like things are hopeless, but there's hope on the horizon because the sun is rising, and the underlying energy in the ground here is this septarian nodule that is representing, that's the crystal representing that energy, and it's talking about having strong communication. So we do have transition happening, and it looks like it could be one that's to expand someone's horizons. That could be both in your business or career and professional life, as well as in your domestic life. And then we have the Three of Wands. So these two cards are very similar, but they are talking sometimes about that expansion again. This person is standing on the precipice of change and moving forward into and looking also into the distant horizon. The water here is golden because the sun is shining on it, and the ships are sailing by. So the ships sailing by represent this person wanting to hop on one of them and go on an adventure. Now, I feel like the major difference between these cards, they're both about expansion, but this one feels more like someone who wants to be in a couple, and this one feels like someone who's walked out of being a couple and is now going to be single. So it doesn't always mean that. Sometimes this can also mean walking into being a couple and walking together. But with the two of them coming out, I would say this is saying about wanting to expand, find that special someone, create a family. And this one's talking about wanting to get out of a couple and go forward as a single person. But it's talking about the same energy, possibly changing location, expanding horizons, going on an adventure, that type of energy. And we do have temperance. Temperance is talking about being patient and also having a strong character, as in not giving into negative emotions and getting all worked up over things, but remaining calm and determined to stay on your path of glory. This is the sun in the background representing that energy. In the Bible, it does say that there are 144,000 chosen ones that come down to earth. And many people refer to this as earth angels, and this is that earth angel energy. It's talking about them having a very high vibration and being able to add that to the universal pool of waters. And you notice like the right foot is in the water, so that's about taking action to pour their own special alchemy in and add it to the universal pool, and then bring that down and ground it on earth. And you notice where their left foot is grounded, they're already growing beautiful flowers here. So this is talking about having a high vibration and wanting to be on your destined path, the one that your God-given path, what you came, what your purpose of coming to the earth is. And then we have the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Wands is talking for a passion for new discovery. So there's a lot of passion here. There's a lot of new discovery. I mean, we start off with this transition like of death, but it's actually rebirth is what this reading feels more like. And so this energy can be talking about having gone through a difficult time. What would you like, Stella? Come up here if you want to come up here, and if not, go away. Okay, you can come up here. Good girl. Sorry, that's my cat. She wants to be included in the reading. Okay, you can be here. Yeah. All right. We've got, so this is a gift from the divine and the universe collaborating to bring you a new passion for life. The aces are always talking about some new energy coming in. And so this is wanting to get up in the morning and be like passionate about what you're doing and looking forward to, I wonder what today will hold type of energy. And we also have the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles, Pentacles in Tarot represent health, wealth, and happiness, and in the third dimension. So this is talking about the element is earth, and the pentacles represent earthly matters and matter on the earth. So this is about money, of course, because money is, so that's why there's a coin here. But, you know, money is really important in the 3D world to have a good lifestyle and be happy. But you could have all the money in the world and still not be living the lifestyle that you want. And that's what this card is talking about. Now, it can go two ways here, kind of like these two cards. This is basically saying this energy, he is looking at this pile of 6 pentacles, and he's wondering, you know, I only got 1 pentacle and I put all this time, money, energy into this, and this is all I got out of it is 1 pentacle. Like normally he's much more successful than this. And he's wondering, like, have I lost my touch? What's going on? I don't understand what's going on. And this could be talking about needing to change the ways with the ace coming in here, changing the ways that you do things so that you tweak things a bit. What used to work on the planet for the last 14 years is not working quite the same. And so because of Neptune moving into Aries from Pisces. And this is like, it just happened a couple months ago from this reading, and it's creating this energy for a lot of people where, you know how you learn how to do things and you figure it out. Okay, if I do it this way, it works. And so then you set up a system. And you know if you do it that way, it always works. But now a lot of people are, you may be in this energy wondering, Why is it not working anymore? And that might have something to do with Neptune moving from Pisces into Aries. Aries is like a newborn baby, and it's talking about wanting to do things in a new way. This is saying don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. You might be able to tweak your systems a little bit, and then they'll work better. So just try little experiments to maybe see if you can move this energy and have the success that you're used to. And the other meaning that it could have is that this person has been very successful. And he started with 1 pentacle, and he's turned this into 6 pentacles, and he's, this is quite an amazing feat. This is talking like starting with like, say, $100,000 and ending up with 600, that type of energy. And normally this would totally please him. He'd be excited and proud and be like, woohoo, I'm all that. But he's kind of looking at it and going, doesn't really, float my boat anymore. Like this used to excite me, but I feel like I need to do something different. This is about how much improvement he got out of his lifestyle out of it. And he just doesn't feel like he's into doing this anymore. So this could be talking about going through like a major transition. Some people would refer to this as midlife crisis, which it sometimes could be possibly. But I think midlife crisis can hit many times in many forms at many ages. So this is talking about that energy though. It's not that you're not successful. It's not that you can't make it work. You just don't really, you're not interested anymore. You wake up one morning and you're thinking, this is so boring. I don't feel like doing it anymore. And then we have the 6 of Pentacles here. So this is really interesting because on this energy, it's talking about that. Basically the second choice, I feel, is like he's been successful with it, but he wants to, like he's giving away some of this energy to charity. And these are the seeds that he's sown and in this project, and he has enough left over now to be able to donate to charity. He's giving to this person, but because his discernment is telling him that this person will use it wisely and needs it. Whereas this person, he has the scales of justice hanging over their head, and he's not giving them anything because there's something in their pocket here. They have what they need. This person is just like begging for money because they don't want to risk their own money. They want to use someone else's and risk their money instead. And so it's kind of talking about this energy and so many different ways of how people can get wrapped up in the making of money, the career, reputation, all of that energy, and then feeling dissatisfied because they don't feel like an inner peace, and that's what this is talking about. This energy of wanting more than just career and that type of public image, that sort of thing. It's become burdensome. Look at that. And this is a really interesting reading. So. This is talking maybe about feeling like maybe on your spiritual side that there's something calling you and you want to answer the call. That's the energy. It's like you're successful and all that, and people might be looking at you with like, hey, they're going through a midlife crisis. But what you really are is going through this energy where you want to follow your calling, like what you really came here to do, not just what the society expects from you. And so this is talking about having planted seeds and them growing. This is the actions that you've planted and them growing into all these wands. And they're heavy with the fruit of your labors. It could be representing that, you've been very successful in the lifestyle department, but on a spiritual level, you feel bereft is the word I'm getting, B-E-R-E-F-T. And so this is bereft is when you feel kind of like empty, and it feel like that's the word. This feels like it feels empty. What used to fulfill you feels empty to you now. And so this is talking about this person he's struggling to bring this harvest home because he's just like really doesn't care, and it's really heavy. If you've ever heard the saying, I can't see the forest for the trees, That's because it's talking about being so caught up in the details, you can't see the big picture anymore. So this is about him almost being home, like, but he can't see that because he's too close to it. And he is just about there, and he could just, you know, he's maybe like 10 minutes away, but he's about to give up because he feels like it's too heavy. He doesn't want to do it anymore. And so this card is saying, don't quit now, similar to don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, that type of energy. It's talking about, you know, some of these wands could be heavy with the fruit of your labor, and some might be burdens that you're carrying for other people that you need to put down. I feel you're going about to, or just have been, or in the middle of a major transition in how you feel about life. Like this is like being called and wanting to answer the call. This is, he's needs to put down any burdens that no longer belong to him, that he can relieve of himself. And sometimes they might not be burdens, they might be assets that he wants to let go of right now. He does delegate. Delegate to others some of the responsibilities so that he can put his energy into more of a spiritual path. That's the energy that I'm picking up for this reading. And then we have, a breath of fresh air. So this is saying, the Page of Swords is saying there's some sort of incoming information, communication, and it's like a breath of fresh air. You know, it's like sometimes we have epiphanies and we realize, aha, I've got it. I know exactly what to do. It's that type of energy. Now the pages, they would work for the king and the queen around the age of 7 to 14. And they would be, you know, this would be a real coup for them to get a job with the king and the queen. And that may seem really young, but you have to remember that they had, their lifespan was much less than it is now. So they would start work very young compared to how we are these days. And this energy is talking about his main purpose would be to deliver communication within the palace walls, maybe run small tasks and energy. And if he was good at it and he was still there when he was 21, he might be considered for knighthood if he could afford his own horse. So this energy is talking about the pages. It can sometimes be the communication, could be something that maybe it's something that you remember, or that you were in an energy of when you were in elementary school, high school, or when you were about to start college or university. Maybe you were going to go one way, and then you decided to do what was more socially acceptable than what you really felt like you wanted to do. And but now that you're more established, you feel like now's my opportunity to do so. And so this is about wanting to, the swords represent the element of air, and this is talking about your thoughts, basically. The swords are your mental intelligence, discipline of your mind, and they're double-edged. So it's talking about your logical side and your intuitive side. The page is, he's, of all the 4 pages, is not looking at his element. He's not focused on it because he logically already knows what the question is. What he wants to know is, if I think, he wants to think outside the box and use his intuition. And a lot of times people, what's coming up here as well is, a lot of times people feel like the question, you know, the answer is more important than the question. But what if he has an intuitive question and gets a logical answer for that intuitive question? So it can go both ways, thinking outside the box. And this is about wanting to see, get a fresh perspective on life, that type of energy. It can come from within, or this can represent communication coming from without. This information coming from without could be, you know, a phone call, text message. It could be something that arrives in the mail. You might get an email or be on social media and someone messages you, or perhaps you go to an event that's posted there and you run into someone and they are like excited about your idea and you're like, woohoo, let's go, you know, let's go. And you start collaborating with people that you had never collaborated with before, doing something that is like, for you, it's like breath of fresh air. It's like, finally I get to do what I really want to do. And then we have, but it causes a problem. So this could be an energy of someone following their destiny, but it causes a problem within their domestic life, with the people around them. This can represent in regret, remorse. Sometimes this can represent in romantic relationships. There's 2 cups spilt in one, or 3 cups spilt. 2 have wine in them and 1 has some other liquid in. So sometimes this can talk about a third-party energy. This can talk about, you know, the saying, don't cry over spilt milk. You could stand here and regret and remorse, but this is something, once that liquid is in the ground, you're not going to be able to get it back out. So you have to accept that as a loss. This could be talking about making an extreme life change and it being disappointing to the people you love, but maybe you're doing it anyway. Or it could be you were in a situation where you were in a couple and you found your partner was having an affair or something like that, and it ended the relationship, and now you're doing all this reinventing of yourself, and it's moving forward in that way. I feel like it could be several things. It doesn't have to be about romance either. This could be about leaving family and familiar energy behind, especially like talking about moving overseas and leaving behind family and friends. It feels like it's a significant change in your life that you're making, but I feel it's one that you really do want to make, and maybe other people are looking at you like, are you like, what the hell is wrong with you? What are you thinking? Like, why are you doing this of all things? But you, there's 2 new cups here. Or 2 cups that haven't spilt. And so the best thing you can do is pick up what you still have left and walk forward with that and make a change. Walk down this path, cross the bridge over troubled water to your castle. Now you notice the castle is half dilapidated and half standing. So this can talk about needing to have a good attitude to move forward. But I do feel that this is talking also about maybe wanting, after some sort of, it could even represent that someone that you really cared about has passed on, and now maybe you were looking after them or something like that, and now you have your freedom for the first time in how long, because you were a caregiver. It's given me that kind of feeling as well. So, or some major transition has happened in your life to cause you to be alone, whereas whatever that is, it could be a lot of different things. And then we have the 3 of Cups. Now this is kind of interesting. I feel that this is talking about a lot of people see this card as celebration, but for me it tends to come up negative. In that the cups are about love, but these people, and they are toasting, but they're not toasting each other. They're toasting something that has happened. And I feel like these people, for whatever reason, are happy that you're in this energy and that you're moving on, or you're just giving up on something and you're doing something else. I don't know, like that's what they feel that is going to happen, that they've succeeded in making you relocate, if I don't know, or to leave something that you were doing, and it's a weird energy. This can represent gossip and slander, and sometimes this can be in matters of romantic love. This could be the third party energy, being happy that you're giving up. For them, it's like you're giving up, you're moving on. And they have your partner now. That's the feeling I'm getting. It's a weird energy. But this is, in many cultures, if you toast someone and you don't look them in the eye, they will get really upset with you, because they feel that they have a superstition. In Europe, it's really common. that if you don't look someone in the eye when you're toasting them, that it causes you and them 7 years of bad luck. And they'll be like, look me in the eye, because it's bad luck in your romantic love life. And so they're like, they take it quite seriously, a lot of them. So this is saying, you know, if this is about love, it would be self-defeating. I feel that this could be the third-party energy in a situation here that's made you want to walk away. Or it could be, it doesn't have to be about romantic love, but it could be about something that you're walking away from. And they're happy you're walking away from it. And there might be a lot of gossip and slander going on because of the energy that you're in, like making these big changes and transitions in your life. And then, yeah, this is, look at that. This is the Hermit. And look at how similar these two images are. And this is talking, the Hermit, after a dark night of the soul, climbs the mountain, isolates themselves, and they look into life in a different way. They go climb a mountain so they can isolate and get away from other people, and they want to commune with God. And the thing is, as when their lantern fills with the light of the North Star energy, then they come down from the mountain and they are ready to take action. And so this is like a dark night of the soul, is when your very foundation is shaken. And you're like realizing that a lot of what your life was, it was not what you thought it was. And that there is a lot of people involved in, you know, that the Truman Show, it reminds me, it's exactly the energy of that. So you might be going through something like that, and you're just realizing that everything that you were told about your life, everything that you were taught about your life, it's really in many ways the opposite. And now that you see it, you can't unsee it. And you go to the top of the mountain, you isolate to commune with God. And then it's when your rod is golden and you have the answers, then you come down from the mountain and you put it into action. The thing is, though, that if you start communing with God, and then, you know, it's hard to leave God, because there's no better place to be. So like, it's almost like God has to throw you off like eagles. They knock their babies out of the nest so that they have to fly. It's that type of energy. So like dragon style, you learn to fly as you're so it's talking about that type of energy of, okay, it's time to go back down and get the job done. And you're like, I don't want to leave. It's that type of energy I'm picking up. So this is talking about walking away from whatever it is. And I feel like leaving a couplehood and being a single person now, and wanting to go on an adventure of your own. And this is talking about you know, it's like an aha moment that you have that you can't ignore. It's something happens in your life and it causes maybe a lot of issues, and maybe it's come after you found out that the life you were living is just feeling burdensome because maybe your significant other was having another affair, or possibly even another family somewhere. You know, that's the energy that's coming up, like a significant lie that your life was. And so you come down from, you know, you go to commune with God, and you know, you're all lit up here. Like you started off as with this black cloak, and now you're all lit up. You see that? And you don't want to leave, but God says, no, you got to go back down. You got to go and do what you came to planet to do. And maybe these people are gossiping about you and they're happy because they've got your partner now. And, you know, it's talking also about your pentacle energy going down, like your lifestyle for them, it has dropped. But for you, you weren't enjoying being in that circle anymore. You have a passion for doing what you really came to Earth to do. Really, really interesting energy. I like this reading. It's very different from what, it's random. All right, I'm going to clarify some more for those of you that want clarification. And if you're leaving the reading here, thank you for your time and energy and your likes, comments, and subscribes. I really, really appreciate them. It's really empowering me to build my channel so I can keep doing these readings for you. And I'm going to, the numbers on the cards here represent the paintings. There's 64 of them in this oracle. I started it in 2007. In 2020, I completed all 64 paintings. And these are how they're numbered in the gallery on my website, talesfromthevector.com. So you can check it out there if you would like. We have Gemini right away coming in here, and this card has been coming up a lot. Gemini is about Mercury, and it's also about, Mercury is in charge of communication and also in healing energy. But the thing is, it's also the ruler, Mercury rules over the sign of Gemini. And Uranus, which is another planet, moved into the sign of Gemini about 6 weeks ago now from when I'm doing this reading. It's significant. I don't usually bring them up in the random shift astrologically, but it's coming up here. The last time that Uranus was in Gemini was 1941 to 1949, which was during World War II and the aftermath. And bottom line is, it wants the truth to come out. Now, we still don't even have all the truths from that period, but this is saying a lot of truths are coming in from about a lot of things. And you may have noticed lately that there's a lot of, in the news, a lot of truth coming out. Like we have all those files haven't come out, and then there's all these situations where the truth is coming out in really weird ways, weird truths in weird ways. And they might be like, you know, World War II was 1941 to 1949. That's 75 years ago from the time that I was doing this reading. And so I've been noticing that, you know, and what's significant about this is that for the next 7.5 to 8 years, we're going to be in this energy. So till 2033, you can count on a truth a day, keeping the devil at bay. And then there's some talk about lovers here. So there could have been a third party energy, but it also could be talking about loving what you do, like who you are and what you do, and having and wanting, like that the person that wanted to have a third party relationship with someone else, if that was your partner, that wasn't the person that you, they would not want to come on this journey with you. And so that's a major transition that's happening. This puts you in the Emperor energy, and this passion for new discovery. This is talking about, the Emperor is very high level performance. The Emperor is all four kings from the minor arcana rolled into one person. This is alpha male energy. It's like, you know, able to grab opportunities. The Emperor rarely has to fight because he's alpha male, and the beta males are they know they'll get their clock cleaned by him if they approach. So they don't. They've seen it happen, so they don't approach unless they know they can win. And they know they can't win, not at this time. So they back off. And this is talking about the Tower energy. And remember, all of the characters in tarot are archetypes. So they're not gender specific. They can be actually, this could be a female in her Emperor, very masculine Emperor energy. We have a tower, another tower. There's been tower after tower coming up in the readings lately. And this could be divorce. And I feel like this is actually saying, though, the worst divorce would be from source, which is true. But this could be talking about divorce, and maybe this could be talking partly also about dividing assets, that type of energy. And then we have, if you didn't know it, now you do, you're a superstar. And this is talking about being able to speak your truth. And these people here are a bunch of gossips, you know, mongers and liars. And this is, the truth is going to come out. Their words are going to be turned around on them, and basically you're going to have harmony, and everything that they talked about, everything they wanted you to go through here, they were so happy you were in this energy, they're going to experience every single bit of that 100-fold as karma. And then we have the anger. So this is talking about letting go of the anger, and that's what this is about here, getting into a place where you can be temperate, like where you realize, oh, I don't need to be angry. Anger is like having it's an air trigger temper. It's a gift that keeps on giving. Anger is a karmic space that gets passed down from one generation to another. Grandpa got in a fight with a neighbor, and now the neighbor's family and your family have been fighting ever since. And like, no one, you're like, this is your great grandfather, and you're like, what was his name again? What did he look like? Why am I angry? Can you please explain it to me? It's that type of energy. It's kind of, it's of no use. So this is talking about letting go. Like, you're not angry about what happened anymore. You're grateful. Like, you're like, yes, I'm free. I'm free at last. That's the energy. I look at free to manifest what you really want. This is really a good reading. I really like this reading. All right. It's definitely very different from a lot of readings, but I feel like that's what this is about. And just to clarify for you, when horoscope signs come in my readings, I'm not talking about individual people. I'm talking about the quality of that sign. And this one's coming up a lot because of Uranus. Uranus is a pain in the butt for people who don't want the truth to come out. All right, I do hope you've enjoyed this reading. Thank you so much for your likes and comments and subscribes. I really do appreciate them. They're empowering me to build my channel. I'll be back with another random reading for you soon. Bye for now.